Morning. What a beautiful morning it is here on the Berkeley River. So this is our last morning here. We ended up jumping back on the boat again yesterday afternoon with Michael, Steph and Xavier, and jumped on their Starlink just to get a weather report because, like I said earlier, it wasn't looking good, and we made the decision now that we're gonna head back to the Cambridge Gulf because what we're gonna have to endure going to the King George is going with it. It's all easterly at the moment, so it's sort of west to the King George, and coming back is the issue. It's close to 200 kilometres, 150 to 200 kilometres from the King George to get back, and punching into an easterly is a no-no for that distance. So yeah, we've made the decision. So late this arvo, I think it's about 4 o'clock, we're going to go and hook the ski up. We've lightened our load as much as we can, and we're going to hook the ski up and we're going to head back to the Cambridge and do a bit of fishing and a bit of exploring through the Cambridge there for probably another 4 or 5 days, and head back into Whyndam, and then just do a couple of day trips out of Whyndam, and then we might pick the boat up, take it out of the water and head over to Kununurra and chuck it in the lake there. So that's our plan for today. But old bacon eggs this morning, 2 days in a row. One way to keep a bloke regular, mate. Hey? Bit of bacon. So yeah, so we're going to chow down. We're not far from the end of the Berkeley here, so we'll go up there, have a swim, might have a flick. That tide's on the run out, so we'll we might hopefully get another barra this morning, early morning barra. Thought I had the GoPro going. I just had a barra follow me lure, sit there and look at it, come right to the surface and not have a go. Oh, there he is, he's on it. Oh, he shied away again. Oh, I'm gonna change this lure out, I think. See what happens. Different colour. Alright guys, that's it from us, from up at the head of the Berkeley. It's the last time you'll see this area. Had a few follow-ups with barra, but nothing taken today. Tried all the vibes, some deep divers, some poppers. We tried a few different things, and this is where we're going to say goodbye to Michael, Steph, and what was their son? Xavier. Absolute top people we've met. We gave them a bit of our fuel. Well, they wouldn't let us give it to them. We're trying to lighten the load for the trip home because we still got a bulk because we didn't get to where we were going to go. But so yeah, gave them a carton of beer and some fuel to lighten our load. We're probably only about 4 or 5 days back off Whyndam, so we'll be fine. But they got a long way to go. So thanks very much, Michael, Steph and Xavier. Hospitality's been awesome. Spent a couple of days on your bloody beautiful boat. So anyway, we're going to shoot up. I don't know what time it is. What time's the Hudson? Quick, 10, 11? 10:28. So we're going to cruise up, get to the jet ski, sort some fuel out, because we're obviously a little bit lighter on the back of the boat now. We've sold some. Go forward if you want, mate. Left hand down. Hard left and go forward. Go forward. As I said, we're going to head back out the front, transfer a bit of fuel into the boat, because obviously we've ran right up the end again. That's 25, 30 k's, whatever it is, by the time you muck around in and out a few times. And set the ski up, ready to go for a tow. We're going hoping for a high-speed tow. The weather tonight's looking primo, down to 0, 1 knot. So hopefully we can get this 60 k's done in at least a couple of hours tops. So we get it done in the daylight, right on dark. We don't want to be cruising too long in the dark. So yeah, that's our plan. There's the Sea Eagle's little tender. That'll be staying there for a while. Probably should sort that rod out. Oh no, looks okay. But yeah, so they'll stay there. They're going for a hike up into the freshwater. They've been doing quite well up there. It's a bit hard with Hudson. He's not real interested in the 2k hike just yet, but we'll get there. So anyway, guys, we'll see you up the head of the up the mouth of the Berkeley here. It's a bloody beautiful river. I'll probably film. You can't stop looking at these cliffs on the way through, and it's like I said, it's about 25 k's, 30 k's, and you're just in awe the whole time you're cruising up and down it. So no doubt I'll get the GoPro out again. So anyway, guys, I'll see you up there. This is a rig we've been kicking back, relaxing on for the last couple of days while we've been waiting for this weather window. Bloody beautifully presented boat, super clean. Looks like timber, but he's telling a fib. Good old Sea Eagle. Bloody beautiful boat.
So here we go, guys, one last trip down memory lane. I don't know what it is with Hudson, but whenever we get a bit of clean water and get to wind the boat up, he just loves hanging off the front. With a heavy running tide now, this just goes to show how much the tide plays a part in your top speed and your fuel burn. At this RPM, we normally run around the 30 knots, 31, 32, but as you can see, we're down around the 24 knots. But have a look at the fuel burn. We're still under that 2 kilometers to the litre. How good are the Suzuki outboards?
Right, one last stop off here. Casuarina Falls, top up our water again. There's a couple here, got the big sail cat, and I think the tour boat's coming in behind us as well, so we'll try and get in and get out as quick as we can. We only got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 to fill up. That's it, so it won't take us long. But yeah, so one last stop, and the jet ski's just around the corner, and we're there.
So if you've ever tried to throw a throw net and drive a boat yourself all in one, it's an absolute nightmare sometimes, especially when it's quite windy like it is today. But having Hudson on the wheel has just made it so much easier. He's come such a long way on this trip, being that he's only 7, but giving him a little bit of responsibility, he's absolutely thrived behind the wheel.
Alright, a little bit of an educational time here. That there is how a mangrove tree starts. Just throwing the throw net and a couple of these little small, whatever you want to call them, runoffs or gaps in the mangroves. I've picked this up in the mangrove net. So you can see the roots are starting to grow, and he's just started to sprout. So that's how a mangrove starts.
Found him.
Big mangrove seed. And then we've caught one of these crazy shrimps. He took off like a bloody rocket.
He's in there.
Yeah, get out of the way for a second. He's just taken off in here. One of these crazy critters. Sean, got the livey, the big mullet. Oh, it's solid. Holy moly! Jesus crikey! Did you get that?
How big was it?
That's a good bull shark, man.
Bull shark?
Yeah. Oh, it just bit me off.
What is a shark?
Yeah. Holy moly! I so hope you got that on camera. Oh, okay, so just been sitting here for a while. Not much happening. It's getting close to the 2 o'clock. So we're going to stay here for about another half hour, and then we're going to go out, hook the ski up and see what it looks like out the front and start to make our way. But this is some of the some of the lures that we've been battling with. Bit of a mess here at the moment, probably should have spread them out for you. The old Halco redhead, the Barra Classic, another like a Halco RMG, I think that one is. This is a lure, a sinking lure from Dubite Tackle. We've been trialling that. That's by the, it's got the best action. Sinks quite quick, but it's got a really, really nice action. I'd like to get that out into the blue water, but we haven't been able to. Probably handy if I put it in the shop for you. But there we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? Filmmaking 101. But yeah, so that's that one there. Nice chrome stripe down the side. But when it falls sort of twist all the way down, so it shimmers. So that's bloody awesome, that one. But yeah, so like I said, shame we haven't been able to get into the blue water to have a go with it. But definitely a goer. Soft plastics galore. All these weedless models, something like that. Prawns, vibes. That's Hudson's lure. He caught his barra on. Pretty rugged looking old lure, but it worked. Yeah, so we've tried quite a different variety of lures, baits. We're live baiting at the moment. Yeah, just I don't know. Yeah, that's a good one, that one, eh? Oh geez, I didn't see all that hanging off. Leave them there, mate, leave them there. There's all that there hanging off the side as well, stripies. We're picking up bait today in the throw net that looks sort of very much like that, so we're matching the hatch. But just can't seem to find them. Can't seem to find them that well. Yeah, that one there, a little story about this stripey. Let him go, buddy. A little story about that stripey. Where did it end up, mate?
In the motor.
Yeah. Ended up wrapped around the prop just as we were leaving the Sea Eagle. So that was stellar. Right before you got a open ocean run towing something. So we actually got it all out. Got all the line out, all the mono. And yeah, but we're actually trialling these things here. Just a quick release. So obviously with Hudson wanting to change all the time and me changing a lot, so we're just trialling these little quick release things, and they seem to be working pretty sweet. So yeah, we'll keep trialing them out and see how they work. They seem to be going alright, don't they, buddy? Yep. Alright, so give this another half an hour, and that's us for the Berkeley. Gonna brave it. It seems to be sort of, I'm watching the tops of the trees up on the tops of these hills here. They're still swaying in the breeze, but they're not laying over at 45 degrees like they have been for the last few days at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So fingers crossed we get some nice weather tonight. It's meant to drop back to like 4 knots, 2 knots, and the swell's half a metre. What the hell happened then? You see all them bubbles just here, was just sitting here, and I don't know if it's that same shark just launched about 6 feet out of the water and did the biggest suey you've ever seen in your life. Peg leg suey, whatever you want to call it, a bommy. That's hectic, man. You want to be careful here with the sharks. Alright, just wind that in, man. Maybe he's got that line in his mouth. No. Don't know what he had. We just heard the badoosh at the end, and bloody Nora. Right, we're all hooked up. Got the ski under control again. It's always fun when you got a big tide and the wind following the tide, trying to hang on to mooring anchor and whatever else. But yeah, looks okay out there, a bit lumpy, but they reckon it's only going to get better. Like I said, cutting down to 1 or 2 knots by 6, 7 o'clock. So I'm kind of hoping we can get up on the plane and just steady, no dramas. No dramas, famous last words. Let's see how we go. too bad across there, but in true fashion of if something will go wrong or could go wrong, it will go wrong. See two loose ends again. Broken other tow rope. So we've got two broken tow ropes. So I don't know if I told you this earlier, but there was meant to be a brand new tow rope and bridle for this boat, but it never made it. So we had to make do with what we had. Whether that was a good idea or a bad idea, you know, let's just not go there. But so obviously we still have two tow ropes joined, but and in front of the ski I have another anchor rope. So worst comes to worst, I can just chuck that on. But I don't obviously want to go cutting ends on because the chain's braided into it, spliced into it, should I say. So yeah, but anyway, this is Reveille Island. Absolutely beautiful beach. Every now and then the tide will get up and over into the back there and put a bit of water in the back, but yeah, what a stunning beach. One thing you will not think about in the Kimberley is possibly stunning beaches. The sand is so clean. I think it's obviously all the hills here are sandstone, and over time that's what washes down even right up the end of the Berkeley River where it's horrible and rocks. There's beautiful white sand on low tide, so it must be all of the sand washing out through the sandstone as it's gouging it. So, but yeah, like I said, absolutely beautiful beaches. Plenty of firewood too if you were going to pull up somewhere. I think that looks like a crocodile sitting over there. I can see a skid mark leading up to it. I think we might sneak over and have a closer look. Well, there you go. We didn't see many crocodiles up the creek because they're all out the islands here. There's one sunbaking on the beach. Watch out, Hudson, he's going to come straight for the water.
Hey, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Going under. That's actually the first croc slide that we've seen this trip on that beach.
Make sure he doesn't bite the road.
Yeah, it'd be good if he doesn't get the jet ski. But yeah, there you go. Little crocodile to end the Berkeley River trip. Basically, this is why we didn't want to go any further. This is the good weather. It's supposed to get worse in the next week or so when we want to be coming back. So yeah, not the prettiest. Not the prettiest at all. Meant to get better. Let's hope it does, eh? Definitely wouldn't be up on the plane in this anyway. So 5-6 knots is our limit here. It's pretty gross. Right weather, that beach will be worth an explore. Probably got a rainforest all the way down to the water's edge there. That'll be epic to pull up on that and have a look. Hopefully it's coming out in the camera. But yeah, definitely a rough old day today in there, looking at the waves wash up the beach. Quite a steep beach too, so there must be a bit of depth there. But it's definitely not gotten any better out here. Plugging away. Only, when I say only, I mean only 27 nautical miles to go until we round the tip and start heading into what is it, the Cambridge Gulf there. So fingers crossed this is right and this is the worst of it. There is a couple of nice big bays we can bail into if we have to, but we're sort of plugging away, it's not too bad. The old ski's coughing pretty hard back there. It's going slow, it's nose diving the odd one here and there. yeah, it is what it is. Definitely wouldn't wait till it was blowing 20 knots to try and get home, that's for sure. Kimberley sunset. Have a look at it. More jet skis hanging in there. Right. Probably seeing me in something here that I very, very rarely wear, which I probably should wear a lot more, as most people should. Just on the live vest. We're going to be going into the dark now, and it's not the best. It's meant to be dropped right out to almost 0 knots now, so I'm not sure what's going on. Still white capping, the swell's built up. The swell was meant to be next to nothing, 300 mil or something like that. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Hudson, he's got his on as well, just in case something goes wrong. It's pretty cruisy, but just in case, because we are going into the dark, and I wouldn't attempt this in the dark. The only reason I'm going to have a go is I've got my track from before, because there are a few rocks and stuff that aren't marked, but I can just follow my exact track in where we went around the point of the Cape into the Gulf, Cambridge Gulf, and just as long as I can sneak around there, I'll be laughing. And the Berkeley River is right there. So yeah, just safety first, people. If in doubt, get it out. Oh, all right, so we're still going here. Just about to crack into single digits in the nautical mile side of it, mind you. So that's what, 16, 18 k's to go. Oh, Jesus Christ, doesn't sound as good when you say it like that. 9 nautical miles sounds better. As soon as we tick into that. Yeah, 3 broken tow ropes. This weather's finally let up. Broke that rope 3 times now. Just, yeah, hectic night. It's just, yeah, I know you got Hell's Gate over towards Derby, but bloody Nora, next best thing to it over here. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to trudge on. Hudson, he's out like a light on the floor. Give him his pillow. Waves have stopped spraying over the side now, so I'll bring his pillow out for him. I'm going to push on and get sort of halfway down the Cambridge Gulf and head over to the west side, east side, sorry, so I don't get trapped on the west side here. And because tomorrow the winds are picking up around that 20-25 knots, so I don't have to deal with that in the morning to continue on. So I'm just going to try and push on into the night a bit. Once I round the Cape here into the Whyndam harbour limits, I think it's called, and I'll just basically run straight down the middle of the Gulf, and that'll pretty much take me to the eastern side. So yeah, don't try this at home, kids. Not great. But anyway, you can't pick the weather, and it does change on you, and it has for us, so we're trying to do the best we can. Obviously, like I said, guys, life jackets come out. Those that know me, if a life jacket's come out, it's probably not the best thing to be doing. So yeah, Hudson, he got a lesson in his life jacket earlier. But, anyway, I'll keep trudging on. What have I got here? Yeah, 10:30 it says I should be rounding the Cape, so late night for me.
So I continued plugging away steady into the night. We rounded the Cape into the Cambridge Gulf at about 10:30, but it took us another 2 hours to cross the Cambridge Gulf to get over to the eastern side. Wow, what an absolute hectic night this has been.